Digging the well before becoming thirsty. Support of health and well-being. Sponsored by File Tai Chi Association. Recall that when the Yellow Emperor asked the divinely inspired teacher why people in his time aged so quickly and became ill. Before discussing in great depth, Chibo outlined how people of their time failed to regulate their lifestyle according to nature and how people in the past followed a natural, unstressful approach, maintaining harmony and balance. He informed Huang Di that primarily they ate a correct diet, avoided excesses, and practiced exercises combining stretching, massaging, and breathing to promote energy flow, and meditation, and so on, to help maintain and harmonize themselves with the universe. But he also explained that secondarily, they utilized the methods of Zoyo, or medical treatments and acupuncture. So, Chibo emphasizes that medical treatment and a wholesome lifestyle are essential to help overcome pathogenic influences and to aid health and well-being. But he strongly implies that avoiding medical treatment by personal, efficacious activities is preferable. We can exemplify this further with an anecdote from Chinese medicine. There were once 3 brothers who lived in ancient China, all of whom were doctors. The first brother could repair major damage, and so he received gifts and adulation from his patients, and his fame spread far and wide because his skills were easily noticeable. His was a reactive approach, what we might call these days acute medicine. The second brother could cure disease before it resulted in major damage, so his fame was great, but not as extensive as the first brother. He was only known in his region. His approach was still reactive, but what we might call these days a general medicine or chronic medicine. The third brother was hardly known, yet his skill was the greatest of all. Of all the 3, the brother who was the least known was the greatest, but perhaps the poorest, because his methods, such as wholesome diet, exercise, and meditation, prevented disease before it occurred. His was the proactive approach, what we might call these days preventive medicine. To summarize, all the 3 doctors are necessary, but the important implication is that following the advice and methods of the third doctor brother can help us avoid illness and having to visit the other 2. The third brother's approach exemplifies the meaning of Chibo's well analogy, that it's better to dig a well before becoming thirsty. That's to say, prevention is better than cure. As a major part of his approach, Chibo emphasizes the triad of exercise, meditation and massage as a necessary element of the proactive approach to health. And as I pointed out previously, Daoyin and associated Qigong and Tai Chi incorporates all 3. Let's take a brief look at some of these methods. Yang Tai Chi is arguably the most popular form of Tai Chi practiced in the West. It gained popularity in the West over other systems, perhaps because some of its masters from the Chinese diaspora were the first who were willing and kind enough to share its benefits, particularly with regard to health. This, along with the visually graceful, meditative and ballet-like postures, added to its esoteric character as a desirable form of exercise. As with all Gung Fu systems, the origins are not fully clear, but it's known that Yang Luchan studied Qin family Tai Chi and from that developed the Yang family system. Yang Luchan's grandson, Yang Chenfu, was perhaps the most important teacher in the promotion of Yang Tai Chi, whose efforts led to its current popularity. Yang Chenfu's own writings on Yang style can be found in Louis Swain's 2005 translation of Essence and Applications of Tai Chi Chuan. Perhaps most notably, Yang style's popularity became dominant in the West, in large part because of the effort of Yang Luchan's student, Cheng Manching, and his American student, Robert W. Smith. However, another one of the first masters to introduce Tai Chi to the West, and especially the other internal Kung Fu systems of Bagua and Xingyi, was Rose Li. Although non-sectarian in her approach to teaching Tai Chi, she would only teach the other systems to those who were proficient and showed dedication, especially with regard to Xingyi. The system of Tai Chi she taught, she called Peking Tai Chi, but it was undoubtedly Yang Tai Chi. And as with all masters, the long form she taught was influenced by her own preferences in certain postures. In the early 1970s, she was invited by Danny Connors to Manchester to teach Tai Chi, first at St. Paul's Chaplaincy at Manchester University. She later moved to London, where she opened her own school, the Rose Li School, which still exists under the tutelage of her main student, Maurice Passman. Sun Tai Chi is a unique system clearly based on house-style Tai Chi, but heavily influenced by Xingyi and Bagua. It has a characteristic follow-through step-up, which is found in martial application of other systems, but not in the forms themselves. This characteristic step makes it more adaptable and slightly easier to perform for more senior folk, without losing any of the effectiveness of the weight-bearing, mobilizing postures of other systems. Sun style Tai Chi was developed by the famous scholar and martial artist Sun Fu Quan, better known as Sun Lutang. Master Sun was born in Hebei province. He studied Xingyi Chuan with Guo Yunshen and Guo student Li Kuaiyuan, and Bagua Zhang with Chen Tinghua. Relatively later in life, Sun studied Wu style or house style Tai Chi Chuan from Hao Wei Chen. Later, he crystallized his learning into his own unique Tai Chi system. Largely similar to house style, with its softness of movement and short frame, it incorporates the seemingly quicker and dexterous turning of Bagua, with the direct stance posture and waist methods and angles of Xingyi. Sun Lutang passed on all three internal Kung Fu systems directly to his children. His daughter, Sun Jianyun, was key in disseminating the system, which led to its consequent popularity in the West. Eight pieces of brocade, or Baduan Jin, is a popular Qigong exercise for strengthening the constitution. The form is woven together like a piece of embroidery, ensuring complete stretching, strengthening, and mobilizing of muscles and joints throughout the body. Its bending, twisting, and stretching, combined with correct breathing, provide a healthy internal organ massage. This, when combined with mindfulness, directs the flow of qi or energy so it can optimally weave its way through the network of threads or meridians to our bones, sinews and organs to help them function and keep them healthy. As with most popular forms, it can be used when recovering from illness to regain strength and balance and to help lead us back to good health. Legend suggests the 12th century folk hero General Yue Fei developed Baduan Jin Qigong. He taught it to his men to help keep their bodies strong and well prepared for battle. In addition, he is reputed to have developed the internal boxing system of Xing Yi Chuan. Yi Jin Jing, commonly translated as the exercise that transforms the muscles and tendons, can also be translated as channel changing exercise, referring to its effect on the meridian system. Although not for the faint-hearted, this Qigong is more strenuous than others. It's an excellent exercise to generally strengthen the body and focus the mind. Although it can be performed in a gentle, flowing manner, the postures are often held for slightly prolonged periods, using a combination of dynamic tension and isometrics. Accounts suggest Bodhidharma, or Dhammo, an Indian Buddhist monk, sojourned at the Shaolin Temple around the 6th century of the Common Era. Concerned for the poor health of the monks, he instructed them in the Yi Jin Jing. Its Hatha Yoga characteristics reflect its Indian influence. To clarify, technically, Dao Yin is a form of yoga, but then one could argue that so is Qigong. In which case, one could argue that so is Tai Chi. There really is no demarcation or distinction. A simple compromise might be to say that Qigong is a more dynamic form of Dao Yin, and Tai Chi is a more dynamic form of Qigong. Although the martial emphasis of Tai Chi, without the associated aggression, but assisted by clear mindfulness and mindful intent, perhaps provides impetus to the effective circulation and flow of Qi. In addition to the complete body exercise and development of coordination and balance, specific postures, especially when correctly coordinated with breathing, guide or lead the Qi through the vessels and channels in the body, opening them up and activating them. The opening and closing or condensing and expanding or yin-yang nature of the movements enhance effective flow of Qi to and from the limbs, marrow and organs to help maintain health. Although certain postures direct the flow specifically, when performed completely, the postures of Qigong and Tai Chi provide a comprehensive flow through all the meridians and organs. However, mindful or meditative intent is most beneficial with regard to the effective flow of Qi, as Qi Bo makes clear when he states, when internal energies are able to circulate smoothly and freely, and the energy of the mind is not scattered, but is focused and concentrated, illness can be avoided. As Chugar Hung Hyun Master John Farrell points out with regard to Qigong for health, in one sense, the character of the movement is less important. Any complete set of movements will suffice, provided that they're generated from a strong root, performed correctly and with mindfulness, suggesting of course that whatever form one adopts, providing it's performed in the prescribed manner and one avoids distraction and applies attention and focus, benefits will ensue. It further continues, Qigong engenders clarity of mind, calms the emotions, and consequently invigorates the spirit. It helps to create a healthy, coordinated mind and body that's better able to deal with the pathogenic stresses which individuals may encounter in their daily lives. It enables the practitioner to relax the mind and body at deeper levels, assisting in the removal of more chronic or subtle tensions that may build up as a result of the increasing stress and pace of modern life. For more information about Tai Chi and Qigong as practiced at the Filed Tai Chi Association, and for information on class times, check out filedtaichi.com. You can find more in-depth information about the theory and benefits of Tai Chi and Qigong, along with an introduction to some of the associated exercises, in these books available at Amazon and other booksellers.